In this episode, I journey across the bubble with the goal of seeking out Tod the Blaster McQuinn, a reclusive engineer with the ability to retrofit my shiny new Viper with some fancy weapon upgrades. Hello everybody and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. I am wanting to go meet up with Tod the Blaster McQuinn and see what he wants from me to get some upgraded multi-cannons. So that is the route that we are on today. To take a look at where I am and where I have to go to meet with this guy, let's take a look at the galaxy map. I've plotted a route. As you can see, I'm in my little Viper Mark III, which doesn't have the greatest jump range. So this is going to take me a little while to get all the way over here to Wolf, where he is. Yeah, and according to the engineers, according to Mr. Tod the Blaster, to make contact, all I need is 100,000 credits worth of bounty vouchers. Now, in my last live stream, I was testing out the new AI, and you can see here, I have over 100,000 just in the bounty for the Empire. I also have 45 for the Alliance, so I should hopefully have enough between the two of those to get this done, as long as he takes those types of bounties. It doesn't say anything in here that he doesn't, so I'm hoping. So I'm gonna get on my way, and we'll see how long this takes.
Detach confirmed. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock. All clear. Flight control signing off.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Destination confirmed. Your ship is en route to MK.II. You have entered Federation space. Welcome back, midshipman. This is your second visit to this system. This is a Federation democracy with a population of nearly 12 billion people, allied with Yong-Ray. The controlling faction is People's MK.II Liberals. There is one orbital station here. I have no information on law enforcement presence in this system.
So as you heard there is a new voice attack plugin that I'm testing, which is pretty cool. It gives you system information while you are jumping around.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Ooh, just barely made it out of that interdiction. Alright, so we've arrived in Wolf 397, and there's Trophy Camp coming up ahead of us. We're gonna go and see if we can talk to good old Tod the Blaster McQuinn. Once again, it looks like we're gonna be coming in on the dark side of the planet. We really don't have a lot of luck with the light side of planets, do we? I can see the lights of the camp coming up. So we have been invited, so hopefully they won't shoot at us. Alright, so we've arrived at Trophy Camp.
Falcon Delacy Alpha
Requesting
November
docking
Uniform.
clearance.
Automated flight control protocol initiated.
Oh, there's players here.
Submit a request prior to landing.
Hopefully we don't get ganked.
Docking permission authorized. You may
It's a pretty
proceed
cool
to
looking
landing
base.
pad 01.
Oh, it went green. Okay, that's good. We're allied with him. Okay, so now we're gonna have to come into the other side of this landing pad, I think. So here we are at Tod the Blaster McQuinn's place in the live build. Let's take a quick peek around. Look at this place, huh? This is pretty cool. The ships, you see the ships over there? Like, look at the Anacondas down over there in the hangar bays. Look at those things. Those are pretty. Like this is a sweet looking base. I wish it was daytime, but wow. Look at these smelteries. Wow, I like it. Here we are, sitting on the pad. Alright, well, let's enter the hangar. And let's see if we can become good with good old Tod the Blaster. Actually, let's take a look at the hangar inside of here, too. Here's Trophy Camp hangar. This is pretty cool looking. Lots of detail in these places, huh? Some nice fluorescent lights on the top. And our beautiful ship, ready to be upgraded, but it's not going to happen right away. We need to find out what he wants from us first. So let's go to the services. We will refuel while we're here. Why not? And then we need to go to the engineer's workshop. And we need to donate $100,000 in bounties. Donate. Aha! We did it! So now there's a bit of a delay, I think. So eventually we're going to lose 100,000. I'm curious how it's going to take it. Like, will it take the 45 from this and then another, 55 or so from this? Or is it going to take it all from here? I don't know. It's interesting. So he can mod our multi-cannons right now. Level 1. And what else can he actually do here? So everything that he can actually mod here, he's got level 2 cannons, level 5 multi-cannons. So he's pretty good for multi-cannons. He likes modding them. Level 3 fragment cannons, level 2 railguns. So this is quite different than the beta. In the beta, when I was playing it, everybody could do everything. So now they are specialized in only the things that they actually can do. But that's pretty cool. Level 2 railguns, which we don't have. We don't have fragment cannons or cannons, but we should play with some of these other things, I think, ultimately. But multi-cannons is what we actually came here for. So if we look at the multi-cannons, which class you want? Oh, we have level 2 multi-cannons, right? And, alright, so yeah, right now we have only unlocked the level 1 modifications. So what are the options we have? We have sturdy mount, which increases our integrity, so makes them harder to shoot out, but it makes us like heavier, which is definitely not good for our jump range right now. Short range blaster, so that decreases our maximum range, but it increases our damage, and our distributor draw could either go up or down. Obviously, we would want it to go down in that case. Overcharged weapon. This is what really gives you the power, but it really takes a lot more distributor. But these are multi-cannons, so distributor draw on multi-cannons probably isn't too big of a deal. Rate of fire jitter. This is the shakiness of it. So when you're shooting at something, it's not going to shoot where you point. I don't know if that matters too much with gimbaled weapons, but it probably does. And thermal load. Again, with multi-cannons, probably not too big a deal. So this is probably the one we want to go for, is the overcharged weapons. Lightweight mount. This makes them lighter, but decreases their integrity and does take a bit of their damage away. This actually is pretty cool. This gives you more ammo, right? So you wouldn't have to go back to a port as often. Kind of like that. So increased clip size and increased maximum ammo, while making us heavier, increasing our load time, and a bit of a power draw. And lastly, we have efficient weapon, which really decreases the thermal load, which I don't think we really care too much about for a multi-cannon, right? But it also does affect our damage negatively, possibly all right here. But yeah, so I think what we want to do is overcharge our weapon. Now, to do this, we will need some nickel, some hybrid capacitors, and some cracked industrial wireframe. And we currently don't have any of these things. So we would have to go find this stuff. So one thing we can do though is this is the overcharged weapon that we want. These are the things we need. We can pin the blueprint. To see pinned blueprints, visit the engineer section of the cockpit status panel. All right, so we've pinned this, so we're going to know what we want. Now, the cool thing too is they added this late in the beta as well, where you can actually, it'll tell you where you can find this stuff. So collect on planet surfaces and from asteroids. Okay, so we can get nickel from both planet surfaces and asteroids. And then it gives us a lot of information about nickel itself. Its atomic number, its melting point, commonly used in various alloys for some biochemical process. Ooh. Did I get that right? Biochemical, yeah. Hybrid capacitors. This component found in ships, frequently used by military and authority vessels, known to be salvaged from signal sources. Okay, so I guess we'd have to go find some unidentified signal sources where military and authority vessels are. Hybrid capacitors. Is that a data item? Like, would we scan them for that? Or would we actually have to kill them and then pick up what they drop? Which could be interesting if that's the case. Cracked industrial firmware. Captured from settlement data point networks. Ooh, so we're going to have to go down onto a planet, which we haven't actually done yet in this series. Like, actually go to one of these settlements and do a mission to access data point networks. Known to be salvaged from signal. Oh, looks like we could also get it from signal sources as well. So that's really interesting. Control software for industrial hardware interfaces normally follows strict operational and installation guidelines. Cracked versions of these can be found, but are often kept secret, as such industrial espionage is punished severely, making these cracks quite valuable. So this is actually like a hack, right? This is we have like a hacked version of the firmware that people are then like installing and using to get access to things. Right, and we only needed one of each, but if we want to do multiple tries on this, and will it actually, oh, it does. Cool. So like when we unlock this one and we want to get, say, the level 2, now it'll tell us that we need nickel. So level 1 needed nickel. Okay, so it's different things for level 2, except for we do need more nickel. Level 3 is the same as level 2, but it also has a different commodity. Now, the commodity should not be too difficult, right? Because we should just be able to get that up from a trade used by factions as a reward for missions. Ah, okay, so we can't just pick it up from a station, I don't think. We'd actually have to do a mission to get that. And then level 4... So 1 needs those, 2 needs conductive, electric. That's the same. Okay, so then things change again with level 4. Conductive ceramics, polymer capacitors, modified embedded firmware. And then level 5. Alright, yeah, so modified embedded firmware. Is that the same as we? No, cracked industrial firmware. Modified embedded firmware. Okay, so that's needed for both of those. So there are some commonalities between the ones as you go up between them, but there's definitely different things as you go between the levels here. Interesting. But yeah, we should be able to find this stuff relatively easily, I think. Like the nickel, we could easily probably get from a surface of a planet. But it also says we can get it from an asteroid. So now I'm curious. So yeah, we obviously can't do this right now. But now we know what we need to get to do our multi-cannons. And buy modifications. So yeah, building stronger relationship is important, Commander. The more we work together, the more we build trust. So right now, I think with Tod, the only thing you can do to upgrade your access is to buy modifications from him. That was a cool little backstory, though, huh? History. So Tod McQuinn earned his nickname from a successful session in the CQC arena. Since then, he's garnered further fame as a bounty hunter, flying a fertile ants with seriously overpowered multi-cannons, hence why he's so good at modding multi-cannons for you. He's always happy to help fellow bounty hunters. For his current venture, he's teamed up with some of his old CQC friends to form a custom modification enterprise. Develop your relationship with him to learn about another engineer. Develop your relationship with him to learn about another engineer. Ah, cool. So once we get better with him, I guess he will unlock somebody else, probably to do with different types of weapon upgrades, right? Like maybe somebody who does better cannons or better fragment cannons or railguns or other weapons, maybe blasters. Although, hey, you know, it's kind of funny. This guy is named The Blaster, and he does not upgrade any thermal weapons. It's all kinetic weapons. That's kind of funny. All right, so let's head back, and now let's take a look over. If we go to the engineer shop, they said that the pin, so if we go to here, view pinned blueprint. What information do we get here? Oh, cool, and we get the help here as well. And it shows us everything about it. That's pretty cool, actually. So that'll be helpful. So this allows us to look this stuff up again later once we've left his base and we don't know the information anymore. Obviously, you can take a screenshot or take some notes. Excel spreadsheet or something like that as well, but this makes it really handy. One thing I did read though is that you can only pin one blueprint from each engineer. You can't pin multiple blueprints, I don't think. So let's just see what happens if we try and pin another one. So if we go into multi-cannons and we select, like if I try and also pin this blueprint, your existing blueprint for this engineer has been replaced. Okay, yeah, so you can only pin one blueprint from each of these engineers, which is too bad. So I'm going to pin this one again because this is the one we actually want. There we go. Overcharged weapons.
Retracting armaments.
That's good. I didn't want them out anyway. View the engineers, and it should be the right. Overcharged grappling one. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, so I'm gonna be on the lookout for some of this stuff while we're out and about doing the things that we're doing. So that's pretty cool. That's the Tod the Blaster McQuinn. So let's just take a look over here. Did he take our... No, yes. So that's going to have to update at some point. I don't imagine we're going to get to keep all of that. But let's take a look at the system we're in too. So maybe we can do some missions around here to get this data that we need for him. Or things that we need for him. Like what kind of system are we in right now? So we got a nice port here. Got another port over here. It's funny that he's a bounty hunter and there's no... Funny he's a bounty hunter and there's no like there's obviously a nav beacon here that you can go to, but there's no resource extraction sites here for good bounty hunting. But yeah, so we've got a planet, I believe, actually on the planet. Yeah, so there would be a couple. So those are not ones that you can land on. There is one over here though. I bet you we could get some interesting missions over here that probably will take us to some of these places where we can do some of that scanning, right? So that's one way maybe we can get some of that data. So that's one possibility. And then we can just head out into this system and do some USS, find some unidentified signal sources for some of that other data, because we are in a secured system here. All right, so he does sell all the different variants of multi-cannons here as well. I was just curious to see if some of the multi-cannons were already modded, but it doesn't look like. Like this is the one we have, and it's exactly the same. So that's too bad. It would have been cool if you could buy like already modded stuff, but I guess that doesn't also make sense. They want you to go find all that stuff, right? It looks like I have some fun new things to try out while gathering up all the materials that Tod needs to upgrade my multi-cannons. I'm quite excited actually to see that these engineer upgrades are going to expose me to new aspects of Elite Dangerous that I'd never even tried before, as well as probably introduce me to a whole bunch of new things that I didn't even know existed. This should be fun. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like. You'll be letting me know that you're excited for more and exposing the video to more people like you. If you're new to my channel, you might be interested in subscribing, as you'll be notified when I release new videos as well as when I go live. At the moment, I release new episodes of Elite Dangerous on Wednesday. I do a live stream of Elite Dangerous on Thursday and Monday, and some other fun stuff sprinkled throughout the week. There's a link to my full schedule in the description if you're interested. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Have an absolute great one, and I'll see you next time.